Good morning, Natural Grandma viewers. The question of the day is, why did the chicken cross the road? And the answer is to get to the other side, because it's time to start tackling all that forage. The cattle have just been through there. They're back up over there now. You can't really see them. I think they're in the shade. That's why. But chickens are headed there, and they'll spend the rest of the year over on that side of the farm. So we got the old white out today, and Papa Hank is taking the first one. Pull it up out of there, and we're gonna get it over the road. There goes a rat. Yay, says Natural Grandma. Not a big fan of rats. They're dog food, as far as I'm concerned. And here comes Papa. I just had to hold that fence post back so that he could get around the corner. Chickens are coming behind us. There's a few inside. Over the road ditch. So that steel tubing is pretty amazing. Go. That's how we keep our hens in the summer, spring and fall. They've been on the other side of the farm up until now, but it's time. And here they come. It's a little bit of a long move for hens, but they'll make it. They'll make it. A few of them are up there riding. And then remember, we have 2 feather nets to move actually, so the brave ones are coming with the first feather net. And then by the time we get the second across, we'll see what we got going. Here they come. Here they come. I think Papa's waiting until the hens catch up a bit before he goes much further. And they're liking to get back up there. Everybody's having fun. I try hard not to film our Amish helpers because they don't like that, and we want to respect that. But so you don't get to see quite everything that's happening. But here we go. So far we're blessed with no traffic across this road. That's a good deal. Had our crew busy getting everything ready, getting the waters unhooked and hooked up. Oh, look at who's coming to watch. Cattle know something's going on over here, so they're headed down. Their water's been moved. I don't know if you can see the tip top of it, just so we don't need to have quite as much hose between them and the chickens, because now their water source will be the same. It'll take pretty much the day to get all the chickens acclimated to over there, and there's their new home. Of course, with the heat and that being their water and food source, Makes it a little bit easier, but this is a longer move than they're normally gonna do. Normally we would just go 164 feet basically, from one netting to the next. Hi, Chicky, Chicky, Chicky. Hi, Chicky, Chicky, Chicky. Come on. Come on, Chicky, 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 Chicky. Come on. So it makes the move a little bit harder when they have further to go. And we got some of them coming back, and some of them are just going to take a little bit. Papa's getting ready to unhook that one, and he'll come back for the second one. At which point we'll just really be busy shooing the rest of them in and closing the netting in on them, and that'll all help too. So we do have a certain amount that like to fly the coop over the netting, but they get over that in a day or two. Chickens are a very habitual creature. They like to sleep the same place they slept the night before, or same place that they got up in the morning. So today we did a kind of a quick sweep. We got chickens going out there, and now they're taking the net back across the road. And there's Papa Hank waving hi to everybody. And he's taking the old white back across for the second. Number 2, and we do it again. Grandma, me, basically, I've been having an issue. I don't know if you can see this here. I got attacked by a wasp on my hand. I finally have knuckles back today a little bit, but it's so swollen still. Painful. I have a wasp allergy. And I couldn't find, because I haven't unpacked everything when I moved. I still have a trailer full of stuff that's packed up. I didn't have my recipe, and I had to research a lot. But a long time ago, a doctor explained to me that if you get a wasp or a hornet bite, that you should take your Benadryl plus a Pepsid or a Tagamet, if that's what you've got. But it's that, I don't remember. It starts with an F. Whatever the medication is that it's in it. Same thing that's in Pepsid. And then your Tylenol also for the swelling. And unfortunately, I couldn't get to that until 24 hours after. So I suffered a lot the first about 36 hours. But what that does is it's a good thing for people that are out working outside to know. The antihistamine, the Benadryl, works on the H1, whatever they are. The Pepsid, which is an acid reducer, works on H2. Now, you've probably heard in the past to put baking soda on a bee sting, and that's right for a bee sting, because a bee sting is base. A wasp or hornet sting is acid. So the same baking soda that you use on a bee sting won't be as effective on a wasp sting. For a wasp sting or bite, you need to use something to reduce the acid. And in an emergency, a big wasp storm or whatever, you should immediately take your 2 Benadryl and 2 or 20, I think it's milligrams of Pepsid immediately. And it's best if that first dose of Benadryl is the children's liquid. because it assimilates quicker, and that'll stop it. So what I'm doing, because this is my 3rd year here and my third or 4th big wasp deal, and I do have more reactions, worse reactions every time, is I'm going to be creating a little emergency kit that I keep with me in my car, in my wallet, whatever, that'll have a couple of Benadryl, a couple of Tylenol, and a couple of Pepsids in it. And if I'm at home, I'll have a supply of the liquid children's, so that as soon as I get bit, I can take that, because it's inevitable. You know, I was out with Papa. He was working on some fence, and I was probably at least 5 foot away from the fence, but there was a nest in a plastic post, a plastic tubing that had been broken, and that guy came out and decided I smelled right and just bit me up. And that's usually what happens. They come to me first. So that's just a little something, a little extra for this video to keep in mind. But man, that Pepsid really does make a difference, because it reduces that acid buildup in there. I could tell. I didn't have any at home or anywhere, so I was delivering eggs yesterday, and I stopped in and got some, and man, within just a couple hours, it was like, it's still swollen, but the pressure, that intense pressure, was relaxing to where I could get some feeling and back. And it's time for me to take another dose now, so the itching is coming back and all. But I really think that by the time I wake up tomorrow, I'm going to be so much better. Kind of takes it out of you. That's part of living in the great outdoors and the livestock, and I tell you, I wouldn't trade it. I'd rather have the risk of a wasp bite or wasp sting than work in an office with stale air-conditioned air, waiting on people to come to me. I just love being out here, being able to be out in the outdoors, being able to be with the animals. It's just the most wonderful feeling in the world. I wouldn't want another job. It doesn't feel like a job. So he's just easing that across that, out of that first. You can see there was quite a rise there. He's just taking his time. Getting to the bridge here. Bridge, it's a ditch. He's going to bridge the ditch. That's what's going to happen. It's quite the span. We'll have a little bit of a challenge over here, because this land here is full of terraces, because it used to be farmland. So it'll be a little bit of a challenge moving it from day to day. It won't be totally flat, but it'll be all right. Look at all those they got coming back there. Just kind of encouraging them to come. And at the same time, we got a whole bunch that have figured out this one. I don't know if you can see them in there. They're in there and trying to stay in that shade. One thing Papa Hank has tons of is patience. He's one of the most patient men I know. Just ease along, doesn't let people rush him. It's such a blessing. I'll be right back. We've got herding chickens. Trying to close in on him over there. I was giving him a minute to get there so that we'll stay in with the feather net. Not getting too far away. Warm out here today, but not near as warm as it was yesterday. I think it's at least 10 degrees cooler. This is a good thing. It's hard on the animals to move when it's hot. I wanted to show you, they haven't been over here. Well, you've known, we're what, about 16, 20 minutes into this. And look at this. They've already picking through all of these cow pies, which is exactly what they're supposed to be doing, is eating all that fly larva. And that excites me because I hate those flies on my cattle. They make my cattle miserable. And they're not going to get, all these are not going to get a chance to breed because they're chicken feed. They're not going to get a chance to, to hatch and bother my cattle because they're chicken feed. There's a few chickens that are left way across the road over there. Ron and Neil are trying to get them brought in over here, but there's the ride-alongs. We'll come back around dusk for any stragglers and pick them up and bring them over by hand. You can kind of see the ones coming along here. Again, I'm trying to be nice to our Amish, respectful. They're coming alongside. Say, oh, we're moving. Okay. Hi, chickies. They brought the netting right up behind them. There's another one of those lovely cow patties that they have just demolished looking for the larva. Oh, it makes me happy. Still move it into place. There's the first one and there's the second. What we did is we have a high tensile and a poly tape along this fence here along the road, and we just unhooked them and put them down on the ground for the move. And I'm gonna say that's where he wants it.